So this is one for all my people out there that give everything to everyone else and forget to save something for themselves. So full disclosure going in, I am totally one of those people, and it's a learning process. And if you are one of those people yourself, you will come across the most trite piece of advice on the internet all the time, which is you've just got to put yourself first. You've got to look after you. And that'll help because you've never heard that before. So here's the thing. These type of people will be called all sorts of things over the internet. People pleasers being the most common one, but the one I actually quite like is obliger. I got that from Gretchen Rubin's 4 Tendencies model, and if you've never checked out that book or Gretchen Rubin, I'm going to pop a link in the description for you to go and check out a bit more about that. Literally transformed my relationships with people and the way I coach people, understanding that. And understanding that I personally am one of these obligers, and this is down to the fact that these people basically put everyone else's needs before their own, or at least everyone else's expectations. So they find it much easier to meet the expectations of others than the expectations of themselves. So telling that person, you just need to do it for yourself, it's never going to work. And here's why. If you're that kind of person, like me, you actually really love doing things for other people, or at least you do when you're riding high and your momentum's good. You actually quite like it when other people ask you of things because it makes you feel valued and it gives you an opportunity to do something that you personally enjoy. It brings a lot of satisfaction helping others. Yes, eventually it wears us down. And here's the problem. When we're riding high at like 100% and it chips away at us by 0.5%, we don't notice 99.5%. And we don't notice the next day when we're at 90%, or the next day when we're at 85%, or whatever it might be. But then one day we wake up and we're at like 40% or 30%, and each one of us will have a slightly different cutoff. And you know what we'll do? We'll look in the mirror and just go, just don't feel like myself today. I just want to feel like me again. When's my turn? And quite often we'll open up to other people about this and we'll hear the following thing. You can't be struggling. You're the one who's always helping everybody else. To me, that's like driving your car around all day and when it runs out of petrol going, you can't be out of petrol. You've been driving me around all day. It just doesn't make sense. People who help other people need help too. Now, okay, let's rush in with all the put yourself first. I mean, it's obvious from what I'm saying that we do need to put ourselves first. But just saying that isn't gonna cut it. Because as I say, we go towards this tendency to look after other people, and that is kind of almost hardwired into us. It is changeable, it's a tendency, not a rule, but it's definitely going to be something that we find it easier doing things for others than ourselves. So what do we do about it? Well, here's the way I like to look at it. If you do like to do things for other people, let's say you're awake for 16 hours of the day and you're asleep for 8, and those 16 hours of the day you are doing everything for everybody else. The requests just keep coming in and you just keep on obliging for them. And then if you look at that, you'll probably see that over time, especially as you're dipping down on that, the quality of that time that you are giving to those people, it starts diminishing. And you may be giving 100% of your time to people, but at 10% efficiency, 10% energy. Now, here's the deal of putting yourself first. If you take some time to put yourself first, to look after the things that you need to actually feel cared for by yourself, here's what will happen. You may take an hour out of that day, half an hour out of that day, even 10 minutes is a great start. And what will happen is you're giving back or taking back some of that quantity. But if you do that, what you will find is that the quality that you bring to those interactions starts to rise again. And you may be given 90% of the time, but now you're giving it 80% of your efficiency or 80% of your energy, as opposed to 100% of your time at 10%. And I could probably work out the maths on this, and maybe I will in the edit, but I know that that's a lot more. You're going to be giving a lot better by giving a little bit less. So in that respect, being selfish is not selfish, it's self-first, because it allows you to be better for everybody else. I know myself that when my needs are being met, I'm a better dad, I'm a better husband, I'm a better coach, I'm a better friend. And then sometimes I'll get into that mode where I just give all of that time to everyone else and just my own stuff gets pushed out of the schedule. And eventually I end up being not particularly present with those people, even if I am there 100% of the time. the quality of interactions that people will get with you will improve. And as a result, you're not doing it for you, you're doing it for them. And then that fits in nicely with the tendency to want to do things for other people. And you'll have probably heard it a million times before, but it is like that analogy on a plane of put your oxygen mask on first before you help others. Because ultimately, if you're not breathing, you're no good to anyone. So if you struggle to put yourself first because you think that you don't deserve it, first off, you do. But secondly, it is going to help all of those people that you think do deserve the best of you if you invest in you. As always, thanks for stopping by, and if you enjoy this channel, please do remember to subscribe by clicking that button over on the top left. And also remember you can follow the link in the description to join me on twitch.tv/mindsetbydave, where we stream live every Sunday, and we are making a mental health community where we can talk about all these things and much more.